Right here on the Double RT Boxing Show with Mr. A, we talk about undisputed championship. What does it mean to us? Do we really want it as much as we talk about it? Let's get into
In
it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can hate him for not making that fight happen, but this is an unbiased show. We talk boxing. If it is just some missed details, the Double RT Boxing Show, Mr. A is here to help you because that's what we do. We talk that boxing, spit that fire on the internet, dragging on the net, hashtag dragging on the net. Follow me on at Twitter at RRTB Show. Double RT, the Double RT, the Double RT Boxing Show with Mr. A. Another show. Thanks for tuning in. As the thumbnail title suggests, undisputed champions. That's what we're talking about. Do we really care about it as much as we talk about it? We had a great fighter go out, accept the challenge, Terrence Bud Crawford. He went out there, won in dramatic fashion, knocking Julius Ndongo out with a vicious body shot. And then he goes up in weight. Now I didn't see not one YouTube channel, not one article being written about. We would like to see him test his greatness. Of course he's greatness in getting all his 4 titles. I understand that there is greatness ahead of him to be accomplished at the 147. But immediately after winning those fights, going into the title fight, the unification bout with Julius Ndongo, it was well known the winner of that fight immediately has to fight Sergey Lipinets because he was the IBF mandatory, and the IBF took a step back and like, okay, the fans demand this fight. Because remember, the IBF was not going to allow that fight. The fan demanded it so much, the IBF took a step back, which is a real strict organization. They bend their own rules, took a step back, and allowed the undisputed unification bout between Julius Ndongo and Terrence Bud Crawford. But what they said was within 10 days after that fight, the winner has to get into negotiations with the mandatory of the IBF, number 1 contender, Sergey Lipinets. So going into that fight, the whole world knew the winner faced Sergey. And within 3 or 4 days, Crawford vacated the IBF belt. He's saying, he wanted to spend time with his family, and I don't want to fight. And the world was okay with it. Not one person on YouTube said anything against that. Not one article was written. All the IBF said was negotiations. They could have said, okay, you know what, Sergey, here's a contract for so and so, or here's a contract. I promise you to be the next fight. Let me just let me heal for like a month or 2 and then fight. All they wanted was some type of negotiation with Team Sergey. But immediately the belt was vacated and the world was fine with it. And then eventually the trickle effect, one after the other, all the belts got vacated and Crawford moved up. Not once did anyone press for Crawford to defend those belts. I myself would have loved to see. I get it, like I said, undisputed championship is a great task, and I understand that there's so many fights for him at the 147. And there's so much legacy for Crawford to do at that 147. But imagine how much a legacy he could add on to what we think he's going to become if he would have had maybe 3 title defenses as undisputed champion. You figure there was Sergey Lipinets, that was 1. There was Regis is hot right now. He was still out there at that time. There could have been someone else. There could have been a Josh Taylor. There could have been anyone. There could have been a rematch with Julius Ndongo, for one more shot at it. It could have been those 3 fights and then go up to the 147. At least in your record books, you're not only listed as an undisputed champion, but undefeated with some title defenses as undefeated, undisputed champion. And and even like I said, I know it's heavy foresight, but imagine Terrence Crawford, because they say he could still make 140. Imagine going into the WBSS as undisputed champion. The whole tournament is out to get you. Imagine coming out of that undefeated, undisputed champion still, and then go up to 147. Imagine that. You know, that's a lot of foresight. You know, and I'm not knocking him for going up to 147. Big fights up there, big legacy fights for him. But there's no push for him to defend those titles. And it's leading me to the next guy. Langler Uysk. Tremendous display of boxing ability. Footwork like no other. You know, of course, you got Lomachenko out there, but you know what I'm trying to say. Footwork like no other cruiserweight. The hand speed, whether they're pity-pat punches, pop shotting, setting it up, off-speed power shots. The guy showed A to Z, made Murat Gassiev look like a number 13 when this guy was the two-title unified champion. Usyk made him look more than just ordinary. Made it look like a glorified sparring session. Around the world, 50-50 hyped match. Looked like a nice sparring session. You know, an exhibition match. And immediately after the fight, they're talking about Tony Bellew, which is a good fight. Tony Bellew did call him out, but they're asking him, would you go up in heavyweight? You know, for the first question they asked him was, are you going to go up in heavyweight? You know, and then at least he said, his response was, I heard Tony Bellew was talking smack. You know, if he wants to fight me down at cruiserweight, cool. If he doesn't want to fight me at cruiserweight, I go up and fight his ass. You know, I'll beat his ass. You know, at least he said cruiserweight. You know, the attempt to get a title defense, a undisputed defense at cruiserweight. And like I said, I hope he doesn't. I want Usyk to stay at cruiserweight at least for 1 year. Get 2 defenses, get maybe 3. You know, a year and a half. Because you figure you got a Masternak. Like I said, not that he might lose these belts. I'm pretty sure, in my eyes, he beats any cruiserweight out there. But it's good to see a defense of the undisputed crown. You know, we could give a title shot to Masternak. We can give a shot to the American Andrew Tabiti, and then maybe, like I said, just like Crawford, maybe give a rematch to Murat Gassiev by that time, and then by that time, go up to heavyweight. It's about a year and a half. It's more of a legacy to not only have undisputed, but title defense as undisputed champion. I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the Ready Talk Boxing. Speaking that hot shit, spitting that fire, hashtag dragging on the net, another hot episode. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, hit that support button, the thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at RRTB Show. Thank you for tuning in. And what do you think? Leave down in the comments below. What do you think about the undisputed champions not defending the undisputed crown? Look at Cecilia Brækhus defending that belt for years and years. She has the crown and she defends it, and defends it.